All right, here we are again.
What's up?
Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho.
And Happy New Year.
What's up with AirDrop?
I
You Apple people, man, you're killing me.
mine works just fine, Tads. Does yours work?
Mine picked up your iMac and your iPhone.
Of course it does.
What's wrong with my iPad?
I don't know.
Pod
Do I
thing?
have AirDrop?
No, you don't have an Apple either.
Okay, I got an LG.
You should have an Apple.
you got a
Matter of
pair.
fact, you should have a white iPhone.
Oh, man.
A white iPhone.
Like Merry Christmas.
Now, a white iphone designates a certain
What, somebody that gets their nails done or something?
orientation.
Oh,
The
there
fruit?
we gonna go there. Okay.
Mike, Tom, Crunch, and Tad all here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We had an interesting conversation before recording started. Damn it, I didn't have the recording up either. I could've
Well,
grabbed all that.
we're car guys though.
We are car guys.
We're gonna have this conversation.
Hey, let's get to the important stuff. 908-751-0211. We are Power and Speed.
And like us on Facebook. And, no. iTunes.
Yeah.
He said like us on Mixler.
iTunes, Tad.
Yeah.
I said iTunes.
Like us on Google. Jackass.
God.
It's only 42 shows.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
No, I think it's like 44. Something like that.
I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. It's 44 shows, man. Come on.
This is
Sorry, mine,
45,
you know.
isn't it?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
I don't know, whatever.
They still suck. We got nothing to talk about tonight.
Well, we got a little bit.
1-843-6572.
There you go.
That's for the car
Now,
guys that know that one.
my question
Yeah.
is
What about AirDrop?
I don't know why you're having trouble with that. I really
All right,
don't.
I'll let it go.
Okay. What I would like to know,
I can't let it go.
car guys.
You probably have the
Sorry.
AirDrop. You just don't know where it's
I
at
know, probably. All right.
in the
car guys.
settings.
Car guys everywhere
We're car guys.
generally have, let's say, rough hands.
Rough hands.
Yeah.
Now, maybe not you so much, Tom, because you are an office kind of car guy, but you do your share of work. I mean, I'm pretty beat up. I got cuts and nicks, and I'm not really a car guy anymore, but
Right,
I fix
right.
shit.
Right.
I know where you're going.
When the, oil, moving motors out.
Yeah, you know.
doing brakes. Your nails
Doing
look dirty and
stuff.
grimy.
Yeah, doing car guy stuff, like
Okay.
AirDrop stuff.
getting your nails clear, nail polished, right? All us
Whoa,
car
whoa,
guys.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Most of us don't do that, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't do that.
I don't do that. Tad?
Nope. Crunch,
no.
you don't do that shit, do you?
Well,
Crunch?
the problem here is I used to be the car guy that would have the dirty nails because I was always working on cars, towing cars. And one day a young lady said to me, "This is just not good for a grown man. And you're a handsome man. Get your nails together."
Story's slightly different than
Right.
before, but go ahead.
So listen, it just convinced me that I started looking at my nails because I bite my nails.
Yeah.
And Mike, you said you bite your nails.
Yep.
Dad said he bites his
No,
nails.
I don't.
So we're grown men.
Hell no.
Oh, you didn't?
Hell no.
apologize.
I don't either.
We're grown men who bite our nails. The only thing that keeps me from biting my nails is I go get them done and they put a clear thing on the nails that tastes so disgusting, I never even try to put my fingers to my mouth.
I have a question.
And I've been doing this for like 5 years now.
When you get your toes done, do they match your strappy shoes? Or
I don't get my feet done.
all right, I'm just checking.
Come
just
on.
saying.
You walked in here and said, man, I just got back from my mani and petty.
No, I didn't say that.
How would we know that?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And
Tad, did he say that?
Here's another thing. Here's another thing. I started hanging with guys with more money, a different crowd of people. And we would go to like pool parties.
I don't think money has anything to do with
Just
it.
trust me. I'm at these, with these pro football players and everybody has millions of dollars. And the women always go towards the guys that have the manicures and the expensive watches that can go in the water. Because I had to take my watch off, my little $200 watch. I had to take it off to dive in the water. These guys got $20,000 watches they're swimming in the water with. So
Right.
I had to learn that it's time to grow up and get the nails done. So I can still tow cars, work on cars, nails looking crazy. I get them cleaned up.
I got one observation.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
the
done.
Okay, the girls weren't going for the guys that had the nails done. They went for the guys that had the wallet
Yeah, but what I'm
at
saying
their
is
parties.
most times that's how they figure you out. Women figure you out. They start at your feet to see what kind of shoes you wear. I'm just saying, I'm not
Well,
into
I'm really
that.
batting 1,000 on this
Yeah.
one.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, you're a
saying.
mess.
I got beat to shit sneakers. I ain't shaved in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just telling you why I go and get my nails done. I always have to have a nice watch and my nails done because it makes me feel like I'm a grown man.
But you did say that you used to say that somebody who was getting them done was half a, well, you know.
Yeah, I used to say that. That I was the guy. It was like I used to see guys like going in the nail salon, getting their nails done. And then I used to think to myself, well, why would a man want to get his nails done? But now I'm older, 44 years old. I don't want a woman. Like I take a woman to dinner, or going over dinner, and I'm cutting my food in a nice fashion because I
Well,
have
you don't
etiquette,
want-
and then you look down and your nails look like shit.
You don't want drops of fucking Valvoline grease dripping off your fingernails, for Christ's
I'm
sake.
just
Wash your
saying.
hands.
Yeah, but if you don't take care of your hands, look,
Retard highway.
I lift cases every day.
Yeah.
I used to work at General Motors flipping chassis all night long. My hands used to look crazy. And then you go home, take a shower, and try to put lotion on. That doesn't do it. You have to take care
Lotion?
of yourself. Yeah. You don't put lotion on
Hey, can we
your
talk
hands?
about some car shit? You went from getting your nails
I'm
done
saying.
to lotion?
I'm saying I'm a car
What's
guy.
going on here?
I have no idea.
Listen,
I'm
You,
gonna-
you opened up with it.
yeah,
I'm
you
just
opened
gonna-
up with it.
I'm going to just say for the record that I'm glad he's sitting on your side of the table.
Oh man,
That's a little fucked
Well,
up.
listen, I'm telling you, this is a good topic, though. Because
No,
there are
no,
many,
no.
Look. There are many car guys that go in the garage, get dirty and all that stuff. When they go home, I know their wives don't just let them just track all that stuff all over and they don't care about their hygiene. Trust me.
I take a shower, my hands come clean. Well,
Yeah, I got a lava soap
Man.
thing sitting over there when I get all dirtied up.
You
and-
know that as a mechanic,
Yeah.
if you don't use
We're
that,
staying down this highway.
that strong, what's that
Once the
strong
lotion
cleaner?
got brought up, we
Lava?
had it.
Yeah.
Is it lava?
Goop.
Goop. If you don't use that, that grease doesn't come out all your skin and your cracks and crevices of your hands. So if you wash with regular soap after you worked on a car, your hands still look like shit.
All right, I'm gonna make an executive order here.
I appreciate it.
Get us off of the subject,
See,
man.
You haven't noticed I'm leaning further.
Yeah, you are.
right, well-
Mike's almost out of the studio right now.
Mike brought it up. I'm just not ashamed to talk about it. I don't care. I'm 100% heterosexual. I don't care what people think. I do what I need to do to be happy as a man. So let's go, car guys.
Oh,
Big
Mike-
Tom, Tad, Mike. Let's go.
Tried to divert away from the airdrop, but
Yeah, he want to talk about airdrop. You
So,
don't have airdrop.
Tom, back to airdrop.
Yeah, I know. Seems like a good idea now, doesn't
You
it?
don't have airdrop,
Oh,
bro. It's not in your settings. You got to update it.
I know. Tad,
yes,
what do you got?
I was, believe it or not, I was partaking the new Ford GT350,
Really?
and it's not something that I know. I drive a Lincoln, big whoop.
Mustang?
Yes, GT350, and how it now is the first car to come with. You're going to be available with carbon fiber rims, besides the Koenigsegg, which is, not affordable by me or most anybody I know.
Oh, Mike can
But-
afford one. Bro.
Well,
Don't look at me.
We're going to see
Well,
that.
how much does a Koenigsegg? How much is that?
What's that? $2.5 million for the Koenigsegg?
Yeah, well over what I was looking
Oh,
at
the
spending.
supercar. That's
Well,
the,
Yeah.
the cheap one's $1 million. I
Yeah.
think, or
Yeah.
$1 million
and
cheap.
it has carbon fiber rims.
Yeah, it's carbon fiber body, carbon fiber.
That's
everything
pretty
on that,
cool.
isn't it?
So carbon fiber rims on a
Carbon
Ford
fiber rims
product.
on a Ford product, and I was reading how they're going to be 18 pounds as opposed to a 33-pound regular aluminum rim.
Wow.
And then they said they had to make a heat-resistant coating for the back because it breaks. The rotor is rated at 900 degrees Celsius, right? And that's Fahrenheit. That's
16 something.
1628.
Yeah.
So I was again thinking, what the weight of the car is 3,600 pounds, so it's no lightweight, but what is these days? But it's just like that's a lot of weight for a carbon fiber rim to be supporting.
So did they put the carbon fiber rims on specifically because of how hot the ceramic brakes get?
No, they put a coating on the rim
Okay.
to keep away from
See,
the heat.
before when you were talking about this, you made I thought
Right.
what I picked up, and I was kind of half listening to you.
Jeff said thanks for calling.
Yeah, I know. That was about your fingernails.
Yeah, he signed
Fred.
out.
Just being clear about it. What I thought you were talking about is that the aluminum wheels weren't holding up to that.
No, they
Okay.
they just do they did this because it's a 40% reduction in unsprung rate.
Well, that's a big deal. I
Yeah.
mean, 18 from 33, and carbon fiber is way stronger than aluminum.
I'm not trying to hate on the Mustang crowd because I mean it is a
You
beautiful.
shouldn't, because
looking-
I'll bring up Camaro.
Oh, don't.
We know how that
they're,
goes.
they're beautiful, and I saw that they got a award in a magazine that they had a centerfold in.
Good luck with that.
Isn't that car? I asked you to look it up. How heavy is that car?
3,665 or 8 pounds or something.
Isn't that kind of polishing a turd?
Yeah. That's what my Lincoln weighs.
Wow.
I'm not trying to hate.
Like, why even care about carbon fiber rims on a heavy 3,600?
Well, because
But
then it would have
that's
been
the light one.
3,700 if you put a.
The convertible one is over 4,000 pounds. It's retarded.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't say retarded.
I'm sorry. It's
Let-
Ford.
Mentally slighted.
It's like polished fingernails. I don't know.
A Challenger weigh like 4,200.
He just jabbed at me.
I know you did.
He did.
Wow.
You're going to be getting a lot of that. You're not
Yeah.
listen. That's going to live.
I did it
on
on the
for a
nice way.
long time.
Dude, you
bet
cop
I'm-
to paint your nails.
I bet. Listen, I get my nails done,
We can't go.
clear.
We're not going back.
and that's that. And I'll bet there are some
Crickets.
car guys out here that understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll see what they. You know what?
Yeah.
Okay, car guys that are on in the chat room.
I'm a
They're
blue
driving
collar
Bentleys.
Let us know. Well, you know what? Jeff Chang's in there. Jeff, what do you think about polish? And Jeff, I would bet Jeff doesn't polish his nails.
B Doc just wrote, "Crunch, please stop."
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Oh, man.
So,
Right.
but back to your Mustang.
Yeah. Mine.
I think the more impressive than the carbon fiber wheels. I mean, it's impressive from a quality standpoint.
Oh, the
Like,
engine?
yeah, the engine. That thing really makes an excess of
It's a
500 horsepower. And how
500
big is it?
526 horsepower out of a 5.2 liter flat crank V8.
That's
Double overcam V8.
That's pretty damn good considering my yellow shit box out there is 427 inches and it makes 500.
Yeah,
That's
and can't start.
yeah, it can't start
Well.
currently. Dead battery. Thank you, GM.
Well, luckily the battery's easy to get to. So
we could pop the clutch. So it still won't start.
No, it's dead.
Oh, wow.
Like that's the other thing because those things have the electric door thing. Like
Oh,
you put your
yeah.
hand in there, you can't get in a car. So the way you have to get in a car is open the back up and reach through and grab this little, in case of emergency pull, and then it pops the door open.
really,
Yeah, really. And it took me the first time the battery went dead because this is the second battery in the car now.
Yeah.
The little unlocker thing to open the hatch
Yeah.
is up like
Unlocker.
underneath the license plate.
Yep.
So then I was like, where the fuck's the key? Well, the key's in that you got to separate the remote control and then the key's in. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
It's the whole process.
So yeah, but back to what we're saying, that's an awful good horsepower number.
Yeah. Oh, you got to do it for all the weight the car is. So.
Where does it peak? Or am I really putting you on the spot?
You're
here?
putting me on the spot. They didn't have a curve. They just talked. It was 478 foot-pounds torque, 480 foot-pounds torque, and then
Really?
How much does the car cost?
That was the
60.
I don't think. Yeah, they're not that bad.
49 for like a plane, and then you can do the race package was like 60.
yeah. That's
I think that up the race package ups you to the carbon fiber rims and all the other.
yeah. That's a pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it really is.
$60,000 Mustang though.
Yeah, but Crunch like the base model GT350 is like in the 40s.
Yeah, 49 I think it was.
Right.
No, I thought it was 43.
44 maybe. Yeah.
It was pretty cheap. I mean, to me, and I'm not a Ford guy, but I do like the looks of them, and I do like them better than the Camaros. Much.
Oh,
as
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I like the Challenger better though.
How about going carbon with that? With
They
carbon
said
fiber rims.
they said they tested it, and the test driver didn't realize he hit the curb and hit it again to make sure, and it passed. If you can believe that.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say it would break, but I mean, it would certainly ugly them up.
Yeah, that would be that. It's got a magnetic suspension now that's switchable.
Magnetic
to what?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So Ford's coming after your Corvette.
Electromagnetic, I guess
Yeah.
that would be.
Something to that extent. Since you can't afford the new Ford GT.
Yeah, that's going to be expensive, right?
Yeah, that's only a V6.
I think we have to take a test ride in one of these killer Mustangs.
Who's going to let us test it?
Hello, we're Power and Speed. Can we take?
I mean, you guys-
throw us the keys.
You guys have some pull. You can reach out.
No. We're gonna have Crunch go in there because he's got
Listen,
the
you
manicured
go
nails.
up. You go up to the. You go
I
up
thought,
to the,
I thought we were done with that.
No, listen. You go. No, you're never done with that.
Well,
You go up to the dealer in something nice, like you drive up in something nice,
Yeah,
and
the
they're
vet?
going to let you
Yeah.
test drive anything.
like the Lincoln.
yeah, like
there
your
we go.
Lincoln. Well, now you fix a door handle.
Yeah, now that that rubber hose is off the door handle, we're good.
Yeah, no, I mean they'll let you test drive it. I did get static
talk
about
about
it.
nails, but you don't say nothing about the rubber on the door handle.
Oh
did.
no,
He took pictures
I
of it.
took pictures
Jeez.
of it and put it on Facebook.
Bastard.
I drove a BMW M5, and they kind of looked at me a little sideways when I told them I wanted to drive one. But I had a nice car then when I drove it, and they're like, "Well,
M5, that's the motorsport version of
Yeah.
BMW, right?
Yeah,
Was it
hated
stick too?
yeah, hated it.
It wasn't fast?
That was fast, just didn't like it. Honestly, I think they're kind of overrated.
Were you
Yeah.
expecting it
There.
to handle like a Corvette though?
I was expecting it to be the ultimate driving machine. Isn't that what
Oh,
BMW claims?
Yeah. But
It is what they claim.
Newsflash, not
not.
close.
That was the M3, not the 5.
I'm saying, but you
There's an
couldn't.
M3 and an M5. And
No,
there's an
that's
M6.
their public mantra. Like BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, I don't mean everyone, but
And Porsche.
Yeah.
There is what's Porsche? There is no substitute.
No, that was from
That's-
Risky Business.
Yeah,
That might be their slogan.
that's not real.
No.
How about
Well, it
boxy?
might be real.
Maybe it's boxy but safe. Oh no, that's Volvo.
oh,
I don't know.
God.
Well, what's the Subaru term?
from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip. You know.
Fruit wagon.
Yeah.
No, that's the Forester.
All right, that's good. That's good. Tom
I
saved it
got
from
one. I
getting
can
worse.
say I got one. Anyway,
So
So, Tom,
yeah,
I heard that you have
airdrop problems.
acquired some new stuff.
yeah.
This is an interesting story,
Actually,
Tad,
pretty
and,
funny
and might
stuff. Okay.
might even benefit you. And Jeff Chang could be listening. And speaking of Jeff Chang, who is listening, he did respond to your Subaru build thing.
Yeah.
You talked
Yeah.
about your FP whatever.
The green.
Yeah, he was on vacation. He basically told us what to do with kind of all points that we talked about.
Mhm.
So, and it's all good info.
Did he talk about the heads, or is that a?
Did you not
Yeah,
read
yeah.
our Facebook page?
I just started reading it, and
When?
the green.
Now?
wrap- Yeah.
He posted it like 5 days ago.
And
Okay.
it's his build.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
No sleep at all.
Expect
You
me to follow
really
my build?
are the most unmotivated human on the planet.
I've been looking for a place to
Well,
get my
he's
nails done. Jeez.
Second,
He
Yeah.
found some carbon fiber wheels.
Yeah.
he's motivated enough to get his nails done.
I'm not talking about him.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the other guy.
Oh,
I was looking for a place to get carbon fiber rims for my car.
The guy who doesn't talk to us anymore. Anyway,
I'm over here cracking jokes. Nobody even heard it. I was over here putting the skit on.
sorry, buddy.
I was trying to get on.
That's what happens when your fingernails are painted. People stop paying attention. All right. So what did you come up with? This
so
weekend,
I went
Tom?
for firewood to our local hippie firewood guy. Great guy. We've known his family for a long time. And I pull in, we load the truck up, and something catches my eye about 20 feet away. I'm like, the guy's name's Peter. I'm like, Peter, is that a turbocharger laying in your driveway? He's like, yeah, I bought out a garage. He's a junk guy. He, does that kind of stuff. I bought a garage in South River, and that stuff was there. And I would go walking over, and there's a Turbonetics, like a 35R type turbo with some shaft play, a tile blow-off valve and a tile wastegate, and Edelbrock Victor X. I think it's a Honda intake. So I'm like, what are you going to do with this stuff? He's, I don't know, that's in the scrap pile.
Whoa.
And I'm playing with it, and his kid says, well, you could just have it. So and then the father immediately says, oh, you can't just have it. We're doing business here. I'm like, all right, well, what do you got to have for it? He says, I don't know. Give me $20 for it.
Did you say $20?
Swear to God. So I go, how about 15? No, I didn't. I'm like, all right, Peter, I'll take a shot at $20, and I give him $20 and get it home. And it's, it's all seems to be pretty good stuff.
I mean, Turbonetics didn't really have junk, right?
Never. Not that I know. I mean, it's a Garrett turbo. I believe they use Garrett centers. So I'm thinking I'm gonna send it back to Turbonetics and see if it see what it needs, and maybe we'll put that on your Subaru. Because Jeff says we got to do a rotated. It's a V-band type turbo, so it's a V-band twin scroll.
Oh, twin scroll.
Yeah.
All right, then we're gonna start for a header for that.
Well, whatever. I don't think that.
What is that? The divided
Yeah.
inlet?
Yeah, divided inlet and a V-band out or whatever. So, I mean, it's going to be better than what you have.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Jeff said that thing, like I said it would make 4 something. He said it'd make 350 to 400. I'm sure he knows better than I do, because he knows like every turbo on earth. Actually, he's probably owned every turbo.
Well, actually,
on earth.
that will be the break-in turbo. Cough, cough.
Okay, whatever.
What was cough?
The whole break-in thing.
Yeah, we don't believe in breaking in shit. Anyway, I do, however, think the tile stuff is counterfeit. Doesn't have serial numbers on it, and I talked to Tile Motorsport today, and they said as long as they can remember, they've had serial numbers. So I got to send them some pictures. Maybe send them back to them and let them look at them.
What was the stuff beat up looking like? It was laying on the floor of a garage for 10 years, or was it?
No, I mean it actually doesn't look bad. There's no rusty bolts. It looks pretty good.
So you think that the wastegate and stuff might have been counterfeit stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Have they done that?
Yeah. Tile stuff gets knocked off.
Oh, jeez.
They actually have some stuff on their website how you could tell, because now they're actually putting serial numbers on them. So Tile registers the bad serial numbers and they put it right on their website.
Really?
They also they do a test, a longevity test on a wastegate, and they have a video of it on their website. It's pretty cool. Their wastegate, I think, I just watched this briefly yesterday, but I believe they said their wastegate will go 750,000 cycles. And the one they tested, the Chinese knockoff, failed in, I don't know, 17,000 or something like that.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting cherry red heat through it and actuating it, like crazy, and pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty harsh environment.
Yeah. I mean, things glowing orange, but
Well, I guess you made it when the Chinese are knocking off your product.
pretty much.
I mean, it's kind of like you're there.
Yeah,
You've grabbed enough attention that they felt like they could profit from it.
exactly.
That's pretty good.
You put it in the
Yeah.
commercial. We're so good, the Chinese are copying us.
That's why he's got a career in marketing, folks.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
Okay.
a good one.
Back to you, Ted.
Back to me. Oh boy.
So, but I know the intake is legit because it's in Edelbrock. So that they sell for like $250 on eBay. So I think I did it right. I'll give him the turbo. I'll probably give him the wastegate and the blow off.
I charge him the $20 for the turbo just so.
All right.
But he got you on that phone.
He killed me on the phone, but whatever.
I gave him a nice case. He breaks it.
It was broken. You did kill me on the phone.
I mean, what's that turbo worth? Probably,
I don't know. It feels like a ball bearing turbo too. So,
but it's not a liquid cooled, right? It's just an oil
no,
cooled?
it's an oil cooled.
Okay.
So, you know what? I don't know. I mean, maybe $1,000. Maybe new they're 1,800. I don't know.
Definitely worth more than $20.
Jeff Chang just wrote up on AliExpress. I guess he knows that you can find all that shit.
Oh yeah,
all
yeah.
bootlegged.
Oh yeah. I know the tile stuff comes in.
That website, you could find anything, and everybody that sells it claims they make it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, I guarantee I could find H-beam rods in there that they claim that this is the factory that makes them for everybody. This is the fact, and it's all bullshit.
Oh, I know. Well, you know how that works. There's one forging bank that they're all allowed to use.
Yep. We could do a whole show on how messed up that stuff is.
If we ever do that, I have a magazine, a Life magazine, where they talked about Chinese counterfeiting, and they have pictures of shit. I mean, they've counterfeited whole Honda motorcycles, and and you can't tell the
Entire
difference.
bike.
Well, yeah,
the entire thing.
If you need parts, you go to Honda and you get a part for it.
Yeah, but they do fall apart.
Yeah.
Like they last. In comparison, if a Honda bike would go 20,000 miles, the knockoff bike would last for like 40 minutes or something like that. They are junk. They're total. Well, they used to be.
Oh, geez.
I think now their stuff is actually getting better. Apparently, the Taiwanese stuff is supposed to be pretty good.
I can share a little bit about that because of what I do from the electronic side, the manufacturing side. There was a company that was manufacturing for one of the people that I distribute for, and that was in the Ukraine. And there's, this company is a worldwide company. There was some issues with, I don't know whether it was supply, getting components there to do the builds of what they were building, but they went back to Taiwan, and good, reputable place in Taiwan.
Yep.
I mean, not like, some guy's fucking backyard wave soldering table, like a real deal. The failure rate went from 0.03% to 3%.
Wow.
In the move. Same design, same product, same component spec, just, quality of the work.
Yep.
So yeah, there's somebody who wants to fix all that, but we can't say that because Crunch gets mad. So we won't talk about Donald Trump. Ooh, sorry, Crunch.
Wow. Went right to it. Wonder if he gets his nails done.
He probably does.
You guys got something in common.
He stole that from me,
He
man.
gets his hair done. We know that.
Yeah,
Yep.
There's no doubt about that.
Okay. Over.
Do you guys hang at the same?
Salon?
Yeah.
I have no.
He
similarities
does
with
frequent New Jersey. You might have crossed Manny's and Petty's at some point.
I saw a shirt, but I didn't want to bring it. I didn't want to.
Don't want to offend anybody. That's all right, Crunch.
The shirt was funny. Yeah.
So I guess the one thing that I want to talk, I got two things to talk about. The one I'm still debating whether or not to bring it up, but I can look at the chat room and see we're safe to talk about it. But
yeah. You should bring that up.
do I want to bring that up first?
Well, you should bring it up anyway, not from a hatred standpoint, just from an educational standpoint.
I
think that's why we're here. We're here to make people smarter.
No.
I know. That didn't even sound right
Is it
coming
some
out.
car guy stuff?
Yeah, it is. It is actually.
car
Well,
stuff.
spit it out. Let's go. Let's see.
I think we'll go to that one. That'll be the last part, I think.
Whatever.
Hey.
So you've been car shopping.
Yeah, I have been car shopping.
You're out of your mind. But go ahead.
Well, I've got some big contracts that are coming with my own stuff, so I'm hopeful that everything goes very well.
Am I getting a bonus?
Yeah, I'll get you. I don't know, a
Cookies.
pink mic cover.
Happy Meal.
you sit next to Crutch, get a nice little pink microphone. So no, I was looking at some stuff, and we had talked about a Bentley Continental. I always wanted, and Tad will attest to that. Up until recently, I had McLaren printouts from McLaren in my office, and they discontinued the one I liked, the MP4
Fax Machine.
Yeah, they had a fax machine. That's what Jeremy Clarkson called it, a fax machine. They released, a while back now, a 650. What made me really start looking at them again is they made a cheaper McLaren. What do they call it? I think it's a 550, but it's missing like all the really cool shit, like active suspension. I don't mean like magnetic adjustable, like active.
Oh, the
suspension.
550 EG, I think they call it. El Jippo.
No, but
I think
it's just cut way back. I mean, it still makes good power, but it's
it's got roll up windows.
Yeah, you got a little string. You got a rubber door handle, a piece of vacuum tube. Like the air brake in the back when you step on the brakes is gone.
Yep.
There's a lot of neat. What kind of made it the type of car it is, and the reason I bring this up, and don't ever take this like the way it sounds. Bernie Sanders will be after me in a minute. For $250,000 to enter into what you would consider a supercar, I defy anybody to find a supercar for $250 that is as good as something like this. Because when you go right into the Ferraris, into the good Ferraris, like the things that would run against this, they're approaching half.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, and I mean, I'm not saying things are that good that I can just go out there and be like, I'll write a check for $650 or, for $250 for that one. But that's a hell of a ride. And I put the picture up there because both Brian and I are partial to green, and they got a neat green color.
They do.
Kind of like we talked about the Hellcat green.
Yep.
And that's what one of those cars to me should be like.
This is an F12.
Yep.
I think they go for $375.
Is that wagon looking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a
hatchback.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a nice little look to it.
Can I interject? I can get you a Mustang with the magnetic suspension and carbon fiber wheels.
They have a magnetic adjustable shock system. They do not have an active suspension. Big difference.
But they don't have carbon fiber rims.
Do you remember Jeremy Clarkson's statement about the McLaren? How does it ride?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, even
like a Bentley.
Jay Leno said the same thing.
Yep. It's a neat ride.
Well, on another subject, I was hanging with my nephew this weekend. He was up from South Carolina, and he worked for Porsche. And when he went out to Utah for training, he got to ride in a couple of their hybrids. And to give you an idea of how good their hybrids were, they also let him drive a Tesla S model. And I don't know what made me think of this, but he showed me some video of how quiet and how fast they are. Apparently that thing is really badass. I never knew it was as badass as it is.
What, the Tesla thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in the 10s, aren't they? The really...
I mean, it beat, he was driving a Panamera S hybrid.
Right.
Which apparently is a pretty bad ride. And they're a lot of money. And he said up to about 90 miles an hour, they couldn't stay with the S. And then they, overtook it. I guess those things run out of steam.
Yeah, and electricity after how many miles? I mean,
no, they go 300 miles.
Look, okay, it's still a golf
full
cart.
throttle, but
that's a golf cart. Okay, dude, that's
It's a pretty badass golf cart.
I agree. And I mean, if you look at YouTube, get in that loop, I guarantee there's a bunch of retards on golf carts that could probably out ET
I don't
Tesla.
Listen,
Would you drive a electric car?
never.
Hell yeah.
No, not in a million years.
No, me neither.
Yeah, that's something. It takes away a lot in my mind.
No, but what you ought to, we talked about this long ago. You're going to spend $250,000 on a car. Why don't you just buy a 12 or 13 GTR and, a used one and do it up? You got to drive one of them.
Because the doors open up.
Which car is the GTR? The
The
Porsche?
Nissan.
It's a Nissan. That's
The
the
Nissan?
other thing. That's a fucking
I got a
Nissan.
guy on one side of me painting his nails, and a guy on the other side wants a car because the door opens up.
But
Tad, what's going on in this room?
Backing out.
We're in a.
You want a Porsche? I don't know if it's a RT3
GT, what?
or is it GTR3? Whatever
the
it is.
GT3.
Oh, GT3R. Yeah.
My-
yeah, I think they come with a fire extinguisher.
Bruh.
They're
It's a street car. But I guarantee you the ride in that car is way better than
You're gonna have to.
Tesla.
We're gonna have to go somewhere and drive a GTR.
yeah.
Oh,
Junior.
The doors don't open.
It's
Junior.
still a fucking Nissan, dude.
The doors open. You want
Yeah,
a
but
Lamborghini?
it's not a regular Nissan. It's a coach built Nissan, just about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a fucking Nissan.
Like the Juke.
Lexus LFA. Yeah, okay. How much are those things, Jeff Chang?
They're the same. They're a quarter, I think.
Yeah, but the LFA is gone.
Yeah, I think the
It's
LFA is
discontinued.
gone.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's discontinued.
They're
I
fat.
thought they're more than a quarter. I thought, because I remember looking and saying,
No, I think Kyle Busch bought one, and I think they're about $250,000.
no, Jeff looked that up. Jeff Chang. Because I'd have Tad do it, but
Are you
by the,
dispatching
Jesus
someone?
Christ.
I am dispatching a listener to look something up.
If you have you driven the Continental?
Jeff said that Jeff Hester. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't even look at this. I'm getting like 5 different answers. Somebody come up with a definitive answer for me.
Have you ever driven the Continental?
No. And there,
Sat in it?
no.
Looked
Yeah,
at
you'd
the
look good in a
dash?
Bentley. You'd look like you fit in a Bentley. What's wrong with you?
Why do it now? I have to look a certain day. You're going to tell me I got to get my
No,
nails
you
done and
gotta
get in a
do that.
Bentley?
There you go.
There
And
you
get
go.
a nice watch.
There
You
you go.
can't
Oh,
drive a
man.
Bentley with a
Get an
watch from
Apple
the
Watch.
7-Eleven.
An Apple Watch, Mike. You'll be one of them.
But
Yeah,
you
you
could
got-
you could drive a McLaren looking like anybody, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I want, and I don't want people to look at me, but I want somebody to look at the car and be like, ooh, what the fuck is that?
Well, you could do that with a lot of cars.
Yeah,
Why don't you get a fully restored AMC Pacer
Oh, wow. That's very
No, Gremlin.
or a Gremlin? Yeah.
That's very disrespectful.
all right. Well, since you guys are
Is that a
knocking
Pacer?
my
The
listen,
Pacer is
go
very disrespectful.
to all the listeners looking, go look at the 650. That's a hell of a car. And I mean,
they are.
technology wise, that's a hell of a car. The thing that got me was the level of technology that's in the car, from the handling, from all of the vehicle dynamics, all the electronics is amazing.
No
And
doubt.
I mean, I understand what Tom's saying, but could you ever do work to that thing and make it run with a modified GTR? Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't think they would.
Would you want to?
No,
We need a power and speed trip to the dealership so you can test these cars.
I do not think they're going to hand over the key fob for a McLaren.
No, but we should
If
do that
you're
anyway.
about to
We should
drive it,
we
if you're
should
about to
put
buy it, they're
we
gonna
should
let
put
you
a couple of GoPros on Tad, and we should go to some dealerships looking just like we do, and walk in and want to drive everything.
Actually,
Before we get kicked out.
I went to the Porsche dealership in Flemington with my friend Paul. He's like, yeah, I don't want one of them. I was like, let's just price one. And the guy told him, I can get you a used one for $70,000. And Paul's like, thank you, and walked right out the door.
Wow.
I don't
Can't-
understand.
I don't remember. Well,
That the guy looked at him and thought he needed to use
yeah,
one?
because Paul normally drives his Harley around. That's when he was in that phase, and he had
So-
that look to him.
So he was the salesman actually was disrespecting him.
Oh, the salesman! You should see. He had a nervous twitch that he thought he was going to have a heart attack the whole time we're sitting there.
because of how Paul was dressed?
No, I think this guy's just
Does
like
Paul have his
up with
nails?
life.
Does Paul have his nails done?
No, I don't think so, but he makes enough money that he should.
No, I mean, we could do that. We could say what dealer. I mean, I'm pretty sure you couldn't drive a McLaren because when the MP4s came out, you had to reserve a test drive and they were going to be brought to dealerships that you could drive them.
Yeah, like a loaner car would be brought around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a test drive model
Yeah.
group that they sent over here. And so you couldn't just go there and be like, oh, I'd like to drive the yellow one. You know, they don't let you do that.
So let's go somewhere and let's just drive anything. Let's go to Maserati dealer.
There's one on Route 1.
Maybe find an Aston Martin.
I don't like Aston Martin.
You don't like Aston Martin?
I don't like the way they look. I don't
like
like the way
them.
they sound.
I like the way they
I
sound.
like nothing about
I'm gonna tell one last car story
Please do.
because I was.
Aston Martin and Maserati suck.
You're
Go ahead.
crazy.
Go ahead.
I was driving back from somewhere, and there was something that passed me, and I looked at it. I'm like, wow, what the fuck? What is that? I'm like, boy, that's beautiful. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's got really nice lines. I'm like, that's a really nice looking car. And I'm driving behind it. I'm trying to like weasel my way up to get close to it. And, you know, I'm shit contacts in. I can't read what the fuck's on the back. The only thing I could make out was like van something. And it was a Vantage. And I guess it was the V12 Vantage. So, of course, the car I picked out that I liked, I think was like $350.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful cars.
Well, the Vantage sounds good.
They're all beautiful cars.
But
dude.
I don't like them though. You need to drive a Flying Spur.
That's the car of Prince Charles.
Four-door Bentley. You need to drive the Flying Spur.
No.
Trust me.
No.
Trust me,
No.
bruh. Trust me.
No.
No faith?
No. Not
I guarantee you like it. It's prestigious and it's
Paris
nice.
Hilton's
I'm
It
not
rides
looking for something.
well.
I'm looking for something with technology out the ass. I want, as much as I hate to fucking jump to your side of the fence, Tad, F1 on the street.
Yeah.
I want, or road race on the street.
What's the car? 3.2 million. What's that? Bugatti.
Bugatti?
A Veyron?
But they're gone.
Would you drive something like that? Would you?
No.
Right.
I think they're ugly.
Because first off, well, they're unique.
Yes.
That's almost like the ugly
That's
chick.
one way to say
No.
it.
That's almost like the funny looking chick that you can't decide if she's ugly or you should be hanging out with her because she's so exotic, I guess would be the term. Nice way to say ugly.
Well, for me,
Okay.
I know an ugly chick as soon as I see her.
Yeah, but
So there's no discrepancy.
don't
in
even
that.
get me down the ugly chick road because there's chicks that are goofy looking.
Turn
you're
the
like-
lights on.
that you're
Turn
like,
the lights on.
Man,
You'll
she's
be able to-
fucking wacky looking.
Why are we talking about women? We should have
'cause
respect
he's-
for women.
We
All
do.
women are beautiful in their own way.
Do they have their nails done?
I don't know.
All right, well that's it. Let's go on to the next thing that I got to bring up.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me just say this. Since
Here we
we're
go.
talking about these expensive cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want a chick magnet car?
No, I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying. But you know, some of these cars are just so that you can sit there and women can
Listen, did I
look
tell
at
you?
crazy.
Did I tell you what happened with the Corvette at Wawa?
Yeah.
Did I tell
you
that
told
on
us
air?
about the midlife
Oh, yeah.
crisis
Yeah, the
story.
lady
Midlife
telling her
crisis.
little kid that, that's a midlife crisis. That bitch.
Oh,
You shouldn't have hit her.
my.
she
That was
deserved
wrong.
it.
Yeah,
Did you say the
she
B
had it
word?
coming.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Lord.
But I mean, no, I
In
don't.
the
I
name
don't.
of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
I just. I want to go out in the garage and look at the car and be like, damn. I want.
Yeah.
I want, and a Nissan GTR is going to do it. An LFA might do it. Like say the guy wrote up what's that girl's name? No, something else. I can't. Jeff Chang. Sorry, I can't really read your writing because my contacts are about.
You're writing. Writing on a screen.
SISAMG. What is that? SLS.
Yeah.
No, I think they're kind of ugly.
They are ugly.
Sorry, Jeff.
They're too long in the front and short in the back.
Yeah.
They're badass though.
Yeah, they are.
They are badass.
Yeah.
Mercedes
Yeah.
with the cut roof.
No, it's a hard top.
No, they're just a weird looking card. It's like
Yeah, but they got the gold wings.
Oh, I'm thinking about the CLS.
it reminds me of like there was a cartoon car or something that it doesn't look right to me. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hate on them, but it just doesn't look
There's a
right.
couple of drove around here, a black one.
Yeah. I've seen a couple McLarens around here. I did see several Lamborghinis recently, as a matter of fact.
Have you ever sat in a Lamborghini?
I drove one.
You drove one?
I drove a Countach years ago.
Oh God,
Paddle shift?
What a
No.
shitbox. No.
you can't see behind you.
That thing, you couldn't even push a clutch in. That was not a nice car to drive.
That's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be the
No.
oh my God car.
Yeah, well, don't forget, that was, oh my God, years ago.
Yeah.
Now you look at the thing and it has big balloon, stupid looking back tires on it. Looks like it's set up for drag race, and it's just,
Right.
it's not right.
Yeah, but I'd take an old 930 turbo with the big flares on the back and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but even those, when I saw them, like there was another one, what was it, the 959?
Yeah, 959.
Yeah.
That's all wheel drive too.
Yeah, but even they look a little dated now. They don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mike. This is getting weird for me. You talk about my nails, but you're going to have a Phantom in the garage, and you got your checkered shirt on,
A
jumping
Phantom?
out the Phantom.
What the fuck's he talking
I'm
about?
just saying the way he talk with these high priced cars,
A Phantom.
supercars.
I drive a rat rod that could handle like a Lamborghini. I wouldn't care.
I know what I want. I gotta, and Tom talked me down off the ledge the last time when I was ready to do it, and that's how I ended up with the yellow shitbox I got.
So you're gonna get rid of the 427?
Yeah, I think so. I think its days are numbered.
Why don't we do the build on the other one?
We're gonna do that.
And maybe that'll satisfy your need for a car
Speed.
that maybe it won't.
No.
There's never.
You know, we're going to get down a whole nother road of why I'm nuts. So that I don't even want to go down that.
True.
That's a long road.
That is a long road.
So the one thing that I asked everybody to read.
Why would you not buy a Ford GT, by the way?
Yeah.
I think they're an awful lot of money, aren't they? They're more than that.
Well, the new ones I think are a million. But
Yeah, that would be like probably $750,000 more than I was talking about. So yeah, it's a small reason. I mean, I can go cash in my quarter jars and see if we get a little closer.
They're not pretty either.
not pretty.
They're
That's
not
car's
pretty.
It's got a V6. Be fuel efficient.
All right,
You guys are all idiots.
moving on.
I want to bring up something that I hope some of the older people listening to this will remember. I hope they do. Do you remember the rocket cars? Not
I
jet
do.
cars,
I do.
the rocket cars.
Rocket car. Yeah.
Because it somehow or another, I was looking at I looked at a bunch of different things today. Bang Shift and Engine Labs, which we
got to go back to that.
we'll circle back to Engine Labs because I want to discuss something. But I was just just screwing around today looking, and they had a nice thing on the rocket cars, and I remember being a kid, like can't imagine I could have been any older than maybe 9, maybe 10, and we had gone to Florida for the Gator Nationals, and my brother went, the whole family went, and I remember my father and I were by the big end of the track, and kid, not paying attention to what's going on.
Yep.
They're announcing stuff or whatever, and my dad, said, "Look, we're not standing up here. We got to come back here," and brought me behind the stands. So where the stands were, it's almost like Englishtown. And I'm saying that like everybody here listening has been Englishtown, but the stands end before the finish. So you're not really like right in the shutdown area, the stands are already gone. So he brought us back, or me back behind the stands.
Yep.
And the reason he did that, it was a rocket car. And probably somewhat soon after that, they said, look, you just can't run these things anymore because they were going absurd speeds for back then. Right. I mean, think about it. They were going in excess of 300 miles an hour back in probably the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah. And, a bunch of people got hurt. And I guess it's not as simple.
They have no throttle. It's wide open.
Yeah, they have no throttle. That it's on or off. And I don't know that the off thing works as well. Because don't they only fuel them enough
to make the run?
To make the run.
Yeah. Run out and you stop.
They stop running because they're out of fuel. That's how it used to work. Now, right. I mean, to me, I'm sitting here thinking about, I'm sure they got a way to, valve to shut the stuff off.
Imagine how crazy the driver must have been.
Well, a bunch of them are crazy enough and they're dead. I mean, it was, and again, this was in the 70s. And, I guess they continued into the 80s. But the thing that impressed me about those cars, and I mean, you have these memories from childhood that you can't vividly see everything that was going on. Could I tell you, what the weather was like? Could I tell you that shit? No, but I can tell you that thing, and Tom had a video one before where they popped them at the starting line, where I guess they hit them with a burst of, I guess, hydrogen peroxide, and they go bang.
Yep.
And then the car moves forward just a little bit, to get the car staged, because they don't have a motor. I mean, It's not like you can just turn the rocket on to 1% and just creep up to the line like the jet cars do.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, everything's silent, and you hear the shriek of the motor for maybe 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. And then I remember, because we were standing at the big end of the track, you hear these bangs, you hear the thing launch, and then silence, and the thing goes flying past you. Not a sound,
wow.
Nothing. You barely even heard the thing cut in the air, just so fast. Especially now, again, you're 10 years old and something goes by that fast, you're like, holy shit.
Right.
And I remember my father saying, they got to stop running them things. That's
yeah.
That's out of control.
No, they were cool. I remember seeing the Revell rocket when I was younger. And man, I want to say it went way in the threes at like 300 and something miles an hour way back in the day. And it was cool. No noise.
And they said the parachutes gave him 14 G's of negative,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Those guys, well, I'm just looking at what people are saying on there because, like, Jeff Hester said that, guy went through the end of the track. And I believe one guy was killed in Englishtown.
Yeah, because they can't shut off. He just,
No, and I remember somebody saying that when they got to the car, the only thing there were like glowing brake rotors.
mm-hmm.
That's just think about the image that conjures in your brain. If the brake rotors are red hot, the guy was just shitting himself.
Yeah.
Like, no.
He couldn't push any harder on the pedal.
No. And I mean, and again, think of it now. I mean, look, we look at what are fuel cars going now in the 1,000 foot.
320-ish.
Yeah.
They were right back to 3 something.
They're doing what the rocket cars were.
Yeah. So they're doing what the rocket guys were doing in the
1,000
70s, in the 1,000 feet. True.
Did anybody read the torque sensing drive shaft that they got?
Yeah.
They're making 11,000 horsepower out of those things now.
Yeah. Yep.
Which even though it's a explosive thing, it's going to go so many revolutions. I still think it's incredible.
It is.
It is incredible. It's all this stuff's incredible. But I was talking to Tom before. I said, how fast would those rocket cars be going today?
Oh yeah.
Mike,
I mean,
even
Mike
more
said
aerodynamic
500. Yeah.
Yeah, would we be
100 mile an hour?
Well,
Quarter
crunch?
as long
in
as
the
they can stop it.
70s, dude, they were going
300, 326. Then back then.
Yeah, I mean,
I know what you're saying. It's just hard to fathom. That's all. That's rough.
but think about the lack.
What about the gravity pull once the parachute comes out? Your eyes are coming out.
That was the problem with Don Garlis. He
Your
said
eyes are
his
coming out your
retinas were getting detached from the parachutes. How many times he made runs in the negative G's?
That is true. I remember reading it.
So it's like a rocket guy. How many runs is he going to have for his career? Before he has to stop.
Well, what do they do
He'll be
to
sitting there
stop that
blind.
now?
He'd be sitting there blind.
Well, since I'm not a big follower of the fuel stuff,
me
that
neither.
sudden deceleration has to happen. There's we can talk about the other thing. There was a guy on here. Hang on, I have to get closer to the screen.
Imagine what performance will be like 10 years from now.
Everybody's going to be
gonna be good.
flying cars.
All right, a guy, Lean 4, I guess is what he wrote on there. He wrote something that he's an old school street racer, wants to get back into it, wanted to know if we could discuss some of that. And I'll tell you that next week we could go over, a little bit like that. So I just wanted to reach out to him because I guess he's a new listener and he just came on. I never even thought about how to do that. We'll have to think about if you're gonna get back into like street/grudge racing. What would your platform be? What would you buy to work with? What would be easy to go fast?
GTR.
I guess he knows where to go. He just needs to know what to do.
Yeah, and honestly, the guys certainly, feel free to call in, next week. We'll be here Monday.
So my question would be for him: how fast was he going when he stopped?
How fast were you going when you
Because
stopped?
now, if you're going to go faster than that, yeah, that could be a problem.
And how much money do you want to spend? Because that's the other big part of the racing stuff.
No doubt.
Okay.
Well, we can get into that.
I would never go back to street racing.
I hate to hate on these guys because they get a lot of good information on Engine Labs.
Well, you don't have to hate. Like I said
No.
before, we're here to help.
You know what happens? You end up being super critical of everything that you.
Well, listen, nobody knows everything.
No, me included, for sure.
Say what?
I prove that every day.
Me too.
Mess.
Me too.
So they had, and what caught my attention of this particular thing was the subject of what motor it was. It was an LS motor that they were going to build, and I guess they were like assembling the short block.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through and they're discussing, bearings and, coateds and like that. And it was so funny because I read it and it makes me think back to all the games of finding the right bearing because it's a coated. So we'll move to an X, but an X doesn't work. And and then for people that don't know, if you were, I'm not going to say a bearing is a bearing, but I didn't really particularly mind using a Federal or Clevite.
Mm-hmm.
Federals ran looser, Clevites ran tighter. Federals had 9s, 10s, 11s. So then you could get an 11 coated from Calico, there was all kinds of shit you could do, crazy stuff to try to get your clearance where you wanted. So they discussed a little bit about building the motor and, I saw him showing how to set thrust and play of the crankshaft.
Right.
Now, the reason that you do that is the thrust surface is the crankshaft wants to go forward, whether it be clutch or just natural force of everything working. It wants to push the crank forward. So you line up the rear side of the thrust. You knock the crank backward to push the, with the cap loose, knock the crank backwards, pull the cap forward. That'll line up the back sides of the thrust. What you should do is you should make sure that with the cap on or cap off, you can always get back to the same amount of thrust, more than anything. So you make sure that you're not residing on half of the thrust bearing. Because now if you're on half of the thrust bearing, and I know what people are going to say, well, the edge is beveled to the bearing, but you've kind of made a wiper. Like if you have half the bearing not bearing load. Right. So the idea is to have the back thrust surfaces lined up so that there's equal contact between upper and lower, and that's how you do it. Now, everybody, we've all, except maybe Tad, because he's probably done it, made fun of the guy with the big, we used to call it the Bozo Hammer.
Yep.
Like you got a big, stupid hammer. You see guys in gas stations and stuff putting dampers on with a hammer and everything else. So they go through the whole thrust setting procedure of, showing the sanding the bearings and how critical it is and everything else. And then further down the page, they got the short block together and the guy's banging on a Jessel front socket with a big Bozo hammer.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to hate on him, but could you do that? Absolutely. Check your thrust again when you're done. Maybe even reset it again if you had to do that.
Yeah, I think the important point here is, you go through how and why to set the thrust clearance, and you're kind of educating the lowest common denominator, and now you're giving somebody license to beat something on, and they don't even know the damage that they're doing or could potentially do.
And I mean, somebody had said to me, it might even been you earlier, where you said, well, yeah, but does that really ever hurt anything? Yes,
I did.
I've seen motors get hurt even on a dyno where a guy, because
well, you said about making a wiper.
Yeah.
If they're a couple thou offset.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I said, well, does it really matter?
Yeah.
And
I can't tell you that that's the entire reason. I can tell you that the load carrying ability of the thrust is cut back. And if the idea I think would be to have a nice surface that, was uniform all the way around the thrust. So it's just not the right thing to do. Does it mean that every guy that bangs his lower sprocket pulley on with a, whether it's a chain or a belt drive is going to knock the thrust out of it? No. But if you're trying to do everything right, and again, this is tough. I'm not hating on Engine Labs because they have a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good stuff. And I didn't go to Engine Labs to learn how to put an LS1 motor together. It's not why I went there. I just saw it and I said, what do they use, for kind of parts just to go poke. And it's really, and I'm probably being overly critical, but I saw it and it was just so funny because I think the guy had like a big giant ball peen hammer, because the first thing came to my mind, I was like, where the fuck do you get a ball peen hammer that big? I mean, wasn't it a ball peen hammer?
I think it was on the backside.
It was massive.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody, like, it's so funny. Like, you see somebody doing that. Why does everybody tell you don't bang a damper on with a hammer? Right. Even with a hammer and a block of wood. Same reason, because you'll fuck up the thrust in the back. Well, I don't think that Jessel crank sprocket's really any different than a damper.
Nope. Definitely not.
I don't know. I'm not hating.
You kind of are.
Well, you noticed this, so it's good that you mentioned it.
Yeah, it was just
a lot of people do that. They just bang, and they talk about, where's a wooden hammer?
And I got to tell you, I probably would have hated a little more, but the guy last week, he writes for him.
Yeah.
Now he didn't write this one. I don't even know who wrote this one. Oh God, I hope he didn't write it. Ooh,
no, he didn't write it.
Okay,
we looked.
You looked. I didn't really look.
Well, he's the boss, so he's gonna get somebody's gonna get some ass chewing.
I don't, and now wait a minute. Let me just. This is gonna sound bad. I looked at the pictures and glazed through the article because they didn't need to know why they selected the crank or what they were doing. I mean, I was looking for, like, I wanted to know if did they talk anything about valve train? I actually read the Hank Manley one on to see what used for like lifters and stuff like that, just because the valve train thing is a question to me on the LS.
Yep.
So I think I just kind of rifled through the article. Now, maybe they said somewhere, okay, look, we put this on and then we set the thrust. I don't know. I just know from a chronological event of how the pictures were laid out and knowing the stages of the motors that were assembled, the Bozo Hammer came out after the thrust was set.
Right.
So
the Bozo Hammer.
That's what we used to call it.
I know. Hey, what did they say they used for lifters in the build? Because I know what we used, but I forget what the article said.
I don't think I found anything really concrete.
We used the CTSV race. You know, they do a race lifter for the CTSV, whatever they are, not rally, but GTP cars or whatever.
See, there were some questions brought up about the lifters by somebody who's a friend of mine who was a quote unquote LS guy.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That like the other guy that's down near our guy.
Right.
And he had told me that the lifters all fail. They all go bad. That people haven't and I said the same thing I'd say to anybody, that yes, you could have bad lifters, bad roller lifters. You could. But
Sure.
9 times out of 10, when you have a bad roller lifter, it's because your valve train is all out of control.
Exactly.
And you're beating the hell out of it. They don't take that.
Right.
If the lifter stays in contact with the camshaft nicely, and even if it gets into a small amount of trauma, just about any even piece of junk lifter seem to stay together for a long time.
They will, no doubt.
So I was just curious to see what people are using, because my own personal 427 thing, when it starts, it sounds like a fucking sewing machine. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of technical reasons for it. The block expands at different rates or whatever. I think it's a crock of shit. It's just noisy. It sounds really bad.
They are.
So I didn't want to use like those lifters. And I was just thinking, can you just put a fucking solid in them?
Yeah, you can.
And then I was right back to, well, am I going to put Jessel keyways in this? I'm like right back to retard mode.
Yep.
Like, where do you stop?
Well, not with keyways. You don't start there. But
if you're going to, I'm going to take issue with that too. Part of the dog bones, everything. I get it. But if you're going to do it, why wouldn't you do it right? If you're going to, this is like going to buy that McLaren and saying, look, for the extra, $5,000, I don't want air conditioning. You understand what I'm saying?
For the extra $5,000, I don't want the carbon wheels.
Well,
you got to get the carbon wheels.
But you got to watch the guy with the Ford Hammer.
No, so I mean, if you're gonna put lifters in,
I wouldn't put keyway lifters in a street car. I just wouldn't.
Why?
I don't know. Because I wouldn't.
Why?
Because I wouldn't. Because my choice is to not put them in. For the same reason you buy yellow cars.
Yeah, but mine's a
Personal
little.
preferences.
I would put dog bones in it.
Really?
They just seem like they would have better longevity.
A lot of circle track stuff has keyways.
Yeah, they take them apart after every race.
Brian's had that motor. We had a Brian's that had an awful lot of time on it. That's the one. Remember, I told you it leaked.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a rust trail down one connecting rod, and we had to drain the water out of it every night we got back, and even sometimes at the racetrack because it would sit there and fill up with water. That's how bad that one was. That had keyway lifters in it. That was his only motor for the longest time. Never a stitch of trouble. We used to bring the lifters back to Robert Jessel. He used to look at him and be like, yeah, this wheel's a little funny, but it's okay. You know what I mean? And that was a fair amount of abuse. I get it. I don't know. I'm a fan of the keyways personally, but anyway.
I am too.
So did Hank put enough time on that thing with those particular lifters that we know that they're okay?
Oh, that thing's got 20-something thousand miles on it.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Do you drive it hard or does he drive it like an old guy?
No, he drives it hard and he drives it every day. It's the only car he has.
Yeah. Down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny. Reading that's the only car he has. I'm like, what?
For real.
I had to double back to that. The only car he has in Florida or wherever it is.
No, that's the only car he has. When he goes to Colorado, he ships it out there.
Wait a minute. That is really his only car?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? Did he look at his name tag on his shirt? He's manly. He could.
He likes the car.
I guess so. Doesn't have like a Volvo wagon or something to drive around. His wife's got to have a car.
Yeah, she does.
Okay. Well, it's not his only car.
It's the only car he drives.
Wow. So he's got 20-something thousand on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then those are the lifters, I guess I'd go with.
Yeah.
Howard picked them?
Yes.
Way to go, Howard. We were going to have Howard on today, but he's away. Where is he? Mexico?
Yeah, he was stuck in an airport. I was talking to him before. And actually a guy from Dubai that we know, Nashad, was ordering some parts. So he asked me if we had them. He's like, yeah, I'm jammed up at Mexico airport or whatever airport they have. I don't know where he's at. Do they have one airport in Mexico?
I don't know. I haven't ever been that way.
Maybe they have two.
Well, I know that people were talking about not being able to get back to the United States because of Dallas, I guess, or Houston or whatever. But
Dallas.
Wherever.
Tornado, yeah.
Yeah, and they're closed down for like a week or some shit.
Oh, really? The airport?
Well, you know who I was looking at? God, what's her first name? Loesch?
Dana Loesch?
Yeah. Ooh.
There's a track in called Holly Springs in Mississippi that got totaled.
Yeah, well, she said that she was stuck somewhere flying American Airlines.
She's the dark-haired one, the gun chick?
Yeah. I like that.
She's a gun chick.
Relax.
She's even out of my age bracket. She's all right.
Okay.
She's
Cowboy.
over 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way over.
Yeah, probably way over. But she's an interesting individual.
Yeah.
We don't have to go down that road. Right?
No, we shouldn't.
So that that's the lifters. Okay, that's the end of that story.
Yeah.
All right, who's got anything else?
Tad?
I got a quick question for Crunch.
Go.
Oh,
Don't worry, ain't nails or nothing like that.
okay.
If you're racing one of your grudge, like lights out grudge races at night and never like all that crap, your car could be up to spec, for NHRA. But if you run like in the 9s and you don't have a competition license, are they going to boot you?
At the track?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just curiosity thing because I don't have a license, but
and
I mean, the
Tad-
rules are the rules, right?
Right.
All
The
right,
rules
did-
are the rules. But Tad, look at me.
yeah.
If they didn't, you think I'm going to say
Well,
no
I was gonna say
right
so.
now?
Good.
Look at me with your fingernails.
No, they,
He has
grudge
his hands in
races-
his pockets.
The grudge races follow all the rules and everything.
Well, they kind of have to
Track.
if they're running at the track.
True.
right.
I mean, the drawback would be is it kind of happened with my brother when he went down there with his Trans Am, because you know how fast you could go before they start bitching about a roll bar.
Right.
So him and the other guy, I think it was Keith Markey's car, might have been Brian and Anthony. I don't remember. We might have even talked about it. But the two idiots left, and then what does the announcer say? Now we're down there with all the guys we're always trying to street race. The guy's like, well, those two are in a lot of trouble. And I'm like, oh, dude, really?
Yeah. Even though they had no time on the window.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, just keep your mouth
Well,
shut.
isn't one of those ones where your brother's leaving wheels up in the air?
Yeah, we got there was a picture like that for a while.
Yeah. You didn't want your father to see?
No. Yeah, he would have had a baby. This guy, this lean 4 guy,
Yeah.
he's definitely got some things on his mind. And I was just looking through the chat window. He's thinking about a twin turbo big block.
Sure.
So the guy,
A lot of people do.
To do what with? What's the purpose of it?
some 1/8 mile on the street, 1/4 mile at the track.
They do 8th mile on the street?
I guess that's what he's saying.
Maybe
We're
in
gonna
his
look at-
area.
Oh, okay.
Does he have a car yet? Well, does he have a platform?
I don't know, but we're going to go down
He
a
didn't say.
whole big road here.
Tell him to send us his budget. We're straighten it out.
Not real sure. Still in the early planning stages.
Maybe next week we get him to call in.
Yeah.
We'll give him 10 minutes to plead his case, and we'll talk to him, talk him off the ledge or on it, something.
No, absolutely. Yeah, give us a call next week.
Figure out how to spend all his money.
Yeah, and that'll go pretty quick, especially if you're getting into turbocharge and electronic stuff. Yeah, it's going to go pretty quick.
Yeah, he's broke already. Just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's well, and it might not be broke. It might have a lot of money. You know,
Yeah, never know.
if you're looking at a twin turbocharged big block, you can't be, broke. I wouldn't think.
I got one turbo he could have.
Oh, that's for Tad.
Oh, sorry. That's right.
That's for Tad.
Yeah.
Tad.
Yeah.
Remember what I told you.
Mm.
Remember what I told you. Snowflake, car will be gone. We're getting dangerously close
Are we supposed to get the motor out of that thing?
at some point
Well, let's do it this week.
before it snows.
Well, we could do it, but the thing is, it's going to kind of make it immobile. Right now, it can drive. It can start up and drive at least.
It could still get pushed on a trailer to go to your house.
Mm.
Oh, I wonder if there's anything in John's trailer. He's got his trailer sitting here. If there's no car in there, I could stuff his
Ooh,
car
right in.
Great, and he's going to come take his trailer, and my car's going to go with it.
Well, we can
No.
we can immobilize his trailer,
No doubt.
and it's John's.
Yeah.
Wheels and tires are probably going to fall off when he goes to pull out a driveway anyway.
How about we just tell him the car is in the trailer so he doesn't do that?
Because then they'll definitely kind of take it.
No, he don't want that thing.
How
He
about,
doesn't
we,
want that thing any more than any of our listeners want your car.
how about we
Yeah.
just take the tires and wheels off of the trailer?
No, I mean I got to look there. I don't know if there's a chassis and
How about
body
we
in there. I don't know what's in there.
Febreze the outside of the car
Need
because
something.
of the moss.
I don't know if Febreze takes care of that. I think he needs like Clorox.
Yeah.
Oh,
does.
Tad, you're such a train
Gunk.
wreck. All right. Well, I guess that's
all
about
of it?
That's it.
That's
All right.
it.
That's it. But, and Lean 4, I don't know your real name. I don't think your name's Lean. Call in next week. Call in. We'll have a discussion about that. It'd be good to talk to you about all this stuff. All right. Anything else, guys?
That's got us.
That's it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See you guys next
Oh,
year.
yeah.
See ya.